Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on ballyspring. So, in the last episode we pretty much smashed out the CCM. We're doing well for the feed now. We've got the maize silage, we've got the CCM, we've got all our hay done. We're pretty good for that. But the last thing we need, kind of like the last ingredient of the recipe, is potatoes. And when we get the potatoes done, well, then we can start feeding our pigs properly. Because we got some pig food already and we give them that, but they still need the two other kind of sections of their feed to obviously give them 100% health and stuff. If we have a quick look, I'll just explain it better, probably visually. But you can see that the feed concentrate and the moisture is where the problem lies. So that comes from doing a pig food mix, I think. So that will come from just giving CCM into that category and then just giving some potatoes or potato cut into that. Now, if we do the mix that we've been doing, that'll fill up these two categories. So you can see pig food. So we just need to basically add some CCM and a bit of potatoes or potato cut, whatever we decide to do, and then we'll get the pigs fully sorted. So in this episode, we are going to get that potato field done. It's going to be a task just because the equipment's small. Usually it's a bit of a, you know, an ask. It's a lot of work, but I can't believe I can't jump up there. What's going on? There we go. But I don't know if you can see it. It's a big field-ish. It's like a medium-sized field probably. But we're going to get it done. But before I do that, I just want to quickly sort out the sheep. I feel like I've got a lot of male kind of sheep, rams, lambs, whatever, that, yeah, they need sorting out. So we're going to fill up this trailer, but we're going to try and do it in one trip. I was waiting for, obviously, them to get to a certain age just to see how much money I'm going to get. But I think, really, we need to clear house at this point. We've got too many. So we can only fit 10. I know we can only fit 10 at a time. So we're going to have to just put 10 in here. But what my idea is to fold this back up. Park that there a second. And then on this thing, we're going to put the rest in. If we can grab it. There we go. Finally worked. So let's get this. I don't think we should put the, like, if they're just freshly born lambs, we won't sell them then. But anything else, like this can hold, you know, pretty much a fair few. So we're just going to move them over. We've got 100 space. Anything that's a male, and looking at that, they're too young. 3 months is probably all right, I'd say. How many did we get? 26. Wow. And then I think we've got some down here. They're 1 month and they're 5 months. So we'll get rid of the 5 months and the rest we'll keep. And I think then we've got 69 in there. That is a lot. My plan is to just lob this in there, if it'll go. I don't think it will. I'm going to have to just unfold the trailer and then we can put it in. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Having this many sheep inside a little cane, but does the job. Listen, mate, what is going on? So I can't actually put that in there. That is a problem. There we go. Right, so the way I'm going to do it is I've got this dude who's just helping me out. I don't know where he's come from, but he's helping me out. He's just going to drive this down, follow me, so we can get them all sold in one go. Save doing multiple trips. I mean, we could have just put them all in that, but I was, you know, I have got an animal trailer, so I probably should use it from time to time. So let's go and head down. We'll go to this animal market, the normal place, and we'll get them gone. And then we can get down to the store. I have actually already leased out the equipment needed for this. And the topper is actually going to be probably the easy job. So I might actually set that going first. with course plate, and then we can just get straight in the field after with the big tool that I've got, which is technically like a potato harvester, but it's 1.8 meters. Insane. Insane. Oh man, I mean I could have got a 3-meter one, but they're like $500,000. They're like the full kit, and I don't even think that field's big enough for it, with it being, you know, collisions on the hedges as well. It's just going to make it difficult, let's be honest. So yeah, we'll get through it though. It's not a massive job, I'm hoping, but it's going to be worth it in the end when we get them potatoes in. I do know that potatoes and sugar beets are good money. Like, if you've got a massive field, I'd love to do it with like a group of friends, group of players, and just try and see how much potatoes we can bring in from one massive field, like a big American style field, but just potatoes. It'll be a task and a half, but I'm up for the challenge. I think if I ever set up a multiplayer server again, I think I'll see who else will be up for the challenge. I don't think I get many names volunteering, but there'll be a few. I know you can actually get collisions off the hedges now, thinking about it, with the update that wasn't late. I think it's the latest version of the map. But I've obviously made a lot of changes to the map in GE. Well, enough for me to think I can wait it out just to see. Anyway, let's get these sold. So let's sell all them. And there we go. Look at that. See, we brought in some decent money there doing that. I'll tell you what, everyone's having lamb dinner tonight. Got a few left here as well. So it's actually, you know, it makes good money. It's just a lot of time to get to that point, but it isn't bad. Yeah, you do make good money. So let's see how many we'd make from this. 6 of them. There you go. So not bad at all. We're at 45,000 now. So you got to remember as well, with the amount that we're getting for milk, we're taking in more milk than we've ever done. So milk's gone up. And just now that we don't have such a crazy water bill, because I'm kind of offsetting it with that solar panel that I've got up there, it's even better. Even better. Right, so we're going to need 2 vehicles to do this. I'll tell you what, because I've got that one hooked up to the trailer, which I'm going to keep there, I think this one should do the topping just fine. If we use the bigger Valtra, has that worked, or that was weird? Let's try that again. There you go. Yeah, if we use the Valtra, the big Valtra, for the harvesting, and we use the smaller Valtra, the trailer, and then we use the massey behind us to do the topping, I think that's probably a good idea. This will be the last harvest of all the fields we planted. We've done 2 cuts of grass, we've done all the corn, CCM, even did the canola. This is the last task. So, what we've got is this harvester that's like 1.8 meters, which will do the job just fine. And then this topper over here is 6 meters, so this will fly through it. And that's what we're going to hook up to the massey. Ooh, that was close. There we go. So that's good to go. This one should be good to go. I'm just worried about this down them country lanes, but I mean, it might be a good idea to go the other way back, just in case with that one. It is pretty hefty. Definitely. So that should be alright there. Fingers crossed. So, let's see if it works. It did. Job done. Right, let's get this, this mammoth piece of equipment back. Get it in the field. Well, we'll have to park it up to the side because, yeah, it's difficult to drive this down that country lane. But even parked at the side of the field whilst the toppers were probably going to be in difficult. So we may as well, yeah, just park it to the side, get the topper going, and then we can figure out how we're going to go down the field. I'm just thinking around the edges is probably going to be difficult, and I am going to try my best to use GPS just because with it being 1.8 meters, it's, you know, it's not easy to kind of gauge where you are when you're doing the up and down rows. So GPS is going to help me out on this one. I mean, I am looking forward to doing potatoes though. Hardly do them just because they are a massive task, and doing them in single player on your own is always, you know, it's a bit tricky. So I am looking forward to this. I would like to get more hands-on with the root crops, probably sugar beets and potatoes. I've done more sugar beets on FS22, whereas with FS19 I probably did more potatoes, but I still haven't done them as much as obviously the other crops. And you know what? I still don't think I've actually done a cotton harvest on FS22. So at some point I'm going to have to do that. I have to try my hand doing some cotton. Yeah, never done it on Farming Sim 22. I probably only did it maybe once, twice on FS19. Right, so welcome back. I'm all set up, just testing it out, and it seems like it's working fine now. So I have swapped out the tractors because I needed narrow tyres. So I was obviously going to be doing damage with the bigger tyres on the Massey whilst coming through the field and having this on the back. And I think this is easier to have like this. I mean, I probably could find a way of having one of these on the front of that tractor with that, but then it'd just be too bulky. And I find that it'd be problematic, wouldn't it, in the field. So we're going to do it this way with the narrow tyres, and hopefully by the time we're harvesting in that and we can swap back to this tractor because it's going to be difficult to haul that trailer back up that hill with the Massey, if not impossible with potatoes. So yeah, I'm hoping this will work. So we're going to use Courseplay for this. We'll keep it at 6 meters just in case. 2 headlands is probably enough. I'm hoping. Actually, yeah, let's go 2 headlands. That should be fine. And we'll generate the field. We want to start on the headlands. Definitely. So, first waypoint, off you go, my mate, and yeah, get through it for us. And then we can start harvesting. Now, I have removed out some of the hedges over here, just so we could have an easier entrance. It makes sense with this, but we're going to have to wait for her. I think it's a lady worker, I hope. We're just going to have to wait until we can get in the field, because if not, yeah, it's going to be damage, isn't it? We're going to cause, I mean, thinking about it, we might actually cause damage anyway. So I might need to turn crop destruction off, because I can't get narrow tyres on this. It just looked ridiculous. Yeah, maybe I'll just turn crop destruction off. I think it's probably best. Because, I mean, how else are you going to do it with this? You'd have to have the topper on the front, wouldn't you? But at that point, yeah, this is just too bulky for this field. So yeah, I'm going to turn crop destruction off. Makes sense. Because I don't think it's a good idea to get narrow tyres on this, to be honest. Right, so I'm ready to give this a try. I've used it a few times, but not often enough to feel confident in this, so this is going to be interesting. But a bit of time's passed, and as you can tell, they've done quite a good job so far. I'm just trying to think the best way to do this is probably driving anti-clockwise instead of clockwise. Tell you what, we'll start on this one, we'll just work our way down. Right, so let's turn it on and see if we start bringing in some spuds. Here we go. We can just about tell the difference there, can't we? But look at that, 1.8 meters. This is insane. Oh my god. We're going to be here for a while doing this. We're going to be here for a while. But we've already picked up 1,000 litres of potatoes. You can just about make out. It's difficult to tell. It really is difficult to tell. But we just about see. So I think best thing to do is get the GPS set up on this one. Definitely a bit of GPS. So let's toggle it, and we'll go to the menu. We'll go auto width, which is hardly anything, and we'll set an A point at this, and we'll just try and kind of go down this path. I say it's probably the best thing to do. Hopefully it'll snap to a pretty decent angle. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be tricky to get up and down here with a GPS, actually, thinking about it. We'll just have to do our best. There is a way to sort the offset out, so we might actually just open up the menu. Because you want to... I think it's automatically done it, but... yeah, let's just see what it does. Let's see what it does from this point. So, if we set the steering going... let's see if we can get further back here. And hope that it's in line. I mean, it should be. So far it's doing alright. We are missing a little bit there, though. Just a touch, but we'll get through it. The main thing is we bring in some potatoes, and if you can tell, we're definitely doing that. We're already 45% full, so it's not bad. And I'm glad I've picked this tractor, because hauling this uphill, it's a bit of a battle. I mean, I bet there's a better tool, you know, for this. Like something that harvests, but then it drops the potatoes on the ground. It might have been easy to do that, because I know there is some that allow me to do that. And we could try some new tools out, just to try and figure out the best way to do potato harvesting anyway, like a bit of a trial run, so we know going forward, if we do it again, what the best way is. Because 1.8 meters is insane. I mean, if it was just a straight field, a big straight field, it'd be alright, with a bit of a runoff either side to the headland. Because then, you know, you'd... see, that's not where I want to go, so that's going to be tricky. Let's finish this little bit off, and then we'll have a look in the store just to see if there's anything else. Even if it means we have to do a third job in the field, which is kind of like, you know, lifting the potatoes up off the ground. It might be an idea to do that. I just don't want to lease out the big kit that's like, you know, millions. It's like $500,000, I think it is. Because, yeah, it's asking off then. Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll lift that up, we'll turn this off. Let's have a quick look in the store, just to see if there's a better way to pick these potatoes up. Because I'm missing bits anyway because of the overlap. And yes, I could do it manually without GPS, but I do want to try and use GPS. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll try store delivery, and we'll have a good look at this, just to see if there is anything better. So we've got this tool here, which actually picks potatoes up off the ground. So if we did leave some, we could lift them up. You've got harvest extracts the potatoes from the ground and automatically offloads them. So these will be put into windrows. So that's still 1.5 meters though. That's 1.5, that's 6, but that's not what we're after. So they're planters. A potato windrow. So imagine that doesn't lift off the ground, or does it? Does that lift them up off the ground? That's not bad, is it? We'll try that just to see if it does actually, because it's 4 meters, which is a big improvement, just to see if it does pick them up. I'm hoping it does. So let's have a look at this potato harvester then. Oh, that looks... well, that's... I mean, that's 4 meters as well. And it's definitely harvesting. So that might be worth a shout. And then we've got another planter here. And then obviously the tools that we've been using. This is where I'm at. So it's still very expensive to lease out. But yeah, let's have a look at this one. I'm intrigued now. Just hope that doesn't go down the hill too much. I mean, this might not even work, but I'm hoping it does. I mean, for 4 meters, it isn't bad at all. And if it means that we need to obviously lift up the potatoes off the ground after, I don't mind doing that. I think that's not too bad. But is this just a windrow for potatoes that are already on the ground? That's my, my proper query of it. Because then if it is, there isn't actually anything bigger that I've currently got that'll do this harvest. But my God, if we can use 4 meters, that's going to make our life much easier. Yes, we'll have another job. We'll obviously need to get out in the field again. Hey, do you know what? I think we're actually picking up potatoes. It looks that way. But nothing's coming out. Okay. That is strange. But it's definitely harvesting. That's a new one. Right, so I've got the hang of it. I actually need to set it up to unload. And I think this is a better way to go about this. Now, my only issue is it only unloads on the left-hand side, and there was an option to buy one for the left and one to the right. Now, I imagine you could have 2 going at the same time, and then obviously leave a bigger row in the middle. But we haven't got that, so we're going to have to keep going up and down and turning around on ourselves and go right back down to the bottom of the field and work our way back up. Because if you imagine us coming back down our way now, it's going to be on the left-hand side, which will mean it's in the field that we're trying to still harvest, which is a bit like what I've done up there. But it is good to know there is a better solution. This is definitely trial and error at this point, though. Definitely trial and error. We're going to have to get the potatoes out that as well. But so far, this is pretty good. Actually, don't mind it at all. A hefty piece of kit, though. It really is a hefty piece of kit. And I think we'll leave the headland till last, because then we can tip the potatoes into the field. So we just need to kind of go back down to the bottom of the field and then work our way back up. But look at them potatoes sitting out in a row. I mean, a row of potatoes is a strange thing. So I prefer doing it this way, though, and it is a challenge because obviously I've not done potatoes this way before. Usually I just get the big piece of kit that does it all in one, but obviously it's a lot of money. It's like £500,000, and we're leasing out stuff. I just think that, you know, let's try it a new way and let's see how good we can get this. I think we're right on the point there, aren't we? And then this way, all we need to do is come up with another piece of kit that we're going to have to lease out to lift the potatoes up off the ground. Which I think, if we just have a quick look, this would be perfect for that. And then we're going to have that on the back of a trailer, I imagine. Because it looks like it tips into the trailer. We'll have to have a look. We'll have to see how that unfolds. But it's, yeah, probably our best option. He's probably nearly finished now, I imagine. Ah, he's stuck. Let's sort that out. Bloody GPS. We may as well finish this off ourselves. So let's just clear this route, finish it off. And then it'll be job done. See, this is an easy job. This is an easy job, the topper. The guy who does the topping has just got, you know, he's got the easy life. He's going home early. But the other guy's going to be stuck for a bit. Right, there we go. So, what we can do is we're not going to need the topper anymore. We may as well just return that and get some money back. We should get our deposit back for that. And we'll need to swap over these tyres, go pick up the other, well, pick up the trailer, and then we can carry on with this. So let's just carry on doing this row, and then I'll go and get the trailer hooked up, bring it down to the field, and we'll start, yeah, working on getting the potatoes out of that thing so we can return that back before we lease out the other thing. It's a big job, but we should get a good return in the end for it. I'm just hoping now, I'm just hoping these potatoes here that we're going to try and go over doesn't impact what we're doing. Seems like it's working alright so far. I know, go on, you can do it. Just about. Just about. There we go. That's about as good as we're going to get there. So yeah, right back down to the bottom of the field again, and we'll work our way back up. But I do prefer this. So far, I prefer this definitely to that, because that's not the easiest thing to use, and when obviously GPS offset, all that, 1.8 meters is just insane. To have a tool like this that can pick up the potatoes and put it to the ground, I'd rather than go over the rows. It's just a bit like baling. It's like when you've harvested and then you've left a swath of straw, you're just going to go back over it to do the baling. But instead of baling potatoes here, you're just picking them up off the ground. And it's nice at the bottom here to have this section where we can run off into the into that field. It's not even a field, it's like this woodland area. I mean, we could move out the hedges at the top and try and do it up there, but at that point there's no separation, is there, anymore between the fields? And it's a nice feature to have anyway within ballyspring, that you can actually remove out the fields. So I'll get a time lapse going, try and get through this as quick as possible. I might go and get the trailer now down here, get everything set up, even bring out the new kit first. In fact, yeah, we'll stop here. I'll get set up with all the kit I'm going to need. Make sure it's going to work, especially with the item I want to get to pick up these potatoes off the ground. And then if everything is working, well, we can crack on with a bit of a time lapse and get this field harvested.
You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up. Get on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. You think it's easy, yeah, falling in love, well, maybe for you. I think it's crazy, oh no, but I'll be damned if I'm not a fool. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up. Get on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly, no, 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 cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. But I'm not done. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up. Get on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love.
Right, so welcome back. That was a challenge. I have to admit, it was a challenge, but do you know what? It was a fun one, and I've learnt quite a lot. Tried out a few tools, and I got set up and started, obviously, the time-lapse, doing the best way that I thought it was to obviously do potato harvest without using the main kit, so the kind of vehicle that you can use that just does it all in one. And originally I was going to use another tool to kind of pick up the potatoes from the ground, but I found one that was pretty much this, and it holds more, and it's easier because obviously, you know, I need to, if I have a trailer to this, say hitched onto it, I'm going to have to unhitch it, then rehitch to a tractor to obviously take it to where we're storing the potatoes. So this way, it means that I've obviously got that separate, so that helped. Now I have just leased out a new trailer, hoping that it would fit underneath, which it does, but it holds double the amount, so this is going to make our life easier. And I have decided that I'm just going to stick to doing half the field in this episode, because obviously it's a massive job, and I think the other half I can chip away at, you know, and we can, yeah, just do half. But so far, we've picked up 18,000 litres, well, we dropped off 18,000 litres. We're gonna get a decent harvest here. It's going to be crazy, it really is. The only thing that I'd say with this, what we're using now, is I wish it holds a little bit more, because it kind of only goes up to, as you can see, 6,800, which is just way too short. It's pretty ridiculous, really, when you think about it. So whoever designed this mod, that's the one thing I'd say. You know, make it. I know it probably is like that in real life. I get it, but you know, we're playing a game at the end of the day, and 6,800 litres is ridiculous. It's ridiculous because I'm just having to unload all the time. It'd be nice to even get one row done before I have to do that. So that's my one bit of, you know, that's my one moan to all this. If that tool would pick up more, then, you know, even if it was just like 10,000 litres or 15,000 litres, I wouldn't mind. So I might edit that myself just so it has a bigger capacity. So if I ever use it again, I like this way. I do like this format of having the potatoes on the ground and then picking them up. But I just don't want to keep hopping in and out vehicles. I mean, this definitely is a task for multiplayer. This is a multiplayer job. But when but you shouldn't be restricted to that. If you want to carry on playing a single player, you should still be able to do it without having to, you know, hop in and out of vehicles so often. It's pretty extreme, let's say. So that's why I'm going to do half the field. I'm going to get through at least half of this and tip it away. Even that's going to take a while because, as you can see, well, I've needed to be unloaded here twice before I even reach the end of this row. So it's crazy. But we'll get there. We'll get through it. We'll try and do as much as possible before the start of the next episode. I'll have definitely got this all done and sorted out. I also decided to do that side of the field just so I was alright on the edges. Makes it easier when harvesting. So that bit's done. Right, so let's pick up this last little bit of this row. Probably best work our way down now. I've got actually two rows next to each other here, so it's not perfect at all. As you can see as well, it's like sliding on the potatoes. It's definitely not the best, is it? I mean, I think the best way to do potatoes, let's be honest, is just get the kit. It costs a fortune, and it does it all in one. And then obviously it holds quite a lot as well, so you could just have to unload from it, which is obviously much easier to do. You can understand why people don't tend to enjoy the potato harvesting as much. It is a massive faff. This is how you faff in this game. Try a potato harvest without using the potato harvester. 100% faffing enabled at that point. So I'll get this half done, I'll get it complete, and then we'll cut back in. I'll give you a bit of an update of how much we've got from half, so it'll give you an idea of our total yield, really. I think we're a little bit, yeah, it's probably about half the field, that is. But it's going to be a lot of picking up, this is a lot. Right, so there we go. I finally got through this half field. Not even a full field, but half a field. This was a job. This was a real job, a good challenge. I actually enjoyed it, but I think it is better just to, you know, buy one of these. Yes, the 600,000, 500,000, but they do it all in one. And as you can see, they hold 22,000 litres of potatoes. And that was where the biggest problem lied with this. And this isn't even a harvester. This is kind of like a potato collector. And don't forget that I've had to top the field, then harvest the field or lift the potatoes up, and then collect them, and then I'm going to drop them off. So when I got to this part, I unloaded this 20 times. 20 times. I actually counted it as 21 times that I unloaded this into the trailer, and I actually filled the trailer up. And I'm glad I got a bigger one now, because I filled that up 3 times, and I was just onto my 4th load, and I put about 6,000 litres into that 4th trailer load. So it was, you know, just onto the 4th really. So 3 full loads. And if we have a quick look at the storage point that I've been using for this, I know I've tipped the bales. It just hasn't been tipping. It's kind of pushed these bales to the side. But look at this, 140,000 litres, just under 140,000 litres of potato is sitting here. And that's half a field. So it's not even a big field. It's crazy, crazy the amount of potatoes that we've ended up. Don't get me wrong, really good, but the other half I'm definitely not going to have a chance to do in this episode. I'm going to just chip away at it just before the next one. But yeah, I'm happy with the amount we got. I am intrigued, though, to now check precision farming, because the one score that was letting us down was this field. So as you can see, we're up to 87, and now it's the grass fields that are kind of like bringing us back down. But 87 isn't bad. I'm happy with it. It's a decent score. So that was about 60 before. So we have gone up, and everything we sell now going forward is obviously going to give us a nice little bonus of 11%. So you can't complain at that. We could obviously improve on that. And I think if we do redo this series or another series, I will try and get that 100 and, you know, have a bit more cash flow to get better equipment really at the end of the day. Half a potato field turned out to be one of the biggest jobs I've done on this series. But I'm definitely going to leave the video there. I'm going to go make myself a brew, put my feet up for a little bit, and yeah, try not to think about potatoes, because it's all I can see now. Just potatoes everywhere. So on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it every time. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, because that does help me out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.